All right, what's up, worldwide family? Welcome back to the channel, Jimmy Flipping Deals. Thank you so much for joining me. All right, today is Sunday. Happy Sunday. All right, so here we go. Let's see what has happened in the last 24 hours. Roundabout. Oh, I got a story for you. I do have a story for you. But I will say, on the quick side, if this is all you want to know, my sales were fantastic. Fantastic. I woke up to almost $600 worth of sales that were not there before I went to sleep. And I didn't sleep that long, so it was nice. It was nice. It was real nice. Quite a few things going out, a couple big things, which made the sales number a lot easier to score in that short of time frame. Since I have been driving so far today, have already made one more sale for the day, so just fantastic. I couldn't be happier for the season, unless I want to be greedy and want double or triple or quadruple, and I do, but I'm just saying, couldn't be better. Let's see, where are we at? The story, oh my gosh, the story. All right, here we go. Yesterday, I live in Texas. It's decent in the evenings, right? It's not horrible. It's like 65. So I open up both doors, towards the end of the afternoon, whatever. And I open up both doors, the front and the back door of the house. I got the windows open. I'm letting the house kind of breathe and get all that fresh air in and all the, cooped up, uncirculated air out. I'm enjoying not having to pay air conditioning or heating. It's a beautiful thing. And then, right before it gets dark, about an hour and a half, 2 hours before it gets dark, I have a bird fly in the house. A little itty bitty bird fly in the house, and he is petrified. He's running around with his beak halfway open. I don't know what that means, but it didn't look good. And Kaya, my dog, my white shepherd, he's just going ape stuff, right? I'm going bananas, going crazy for this bird. I mean, from one side of the house to the other, and they are just, they're making the rounds. And in all honesty, my ceiling fans, I haven't been the greatest at cleaning those. I'm a guy that lives by myself, right? And so there's dust on them. Meanwhile, all my merchandise is underneath them, right? And it was getting time. It was getting past time to clean those things. But as the bird flew around and needed somewhere to land, it would do what do you call those, rail slides across the fan. And so now I have all this fan dust all over my merchandise. Oh my God, I've been needing to do that. I've been looking at it and going, man, that is going to cause a mess. And I know from now on that the mess that I create will be much better than the mess that bird created. And I've devised a way, I think, to do it cleanly and seamlessly, but I'm a guy in my 40s and I'm just learning how to clean, so not exactly true, but there's a little truth to that too. It's not 100% true. But either way, I used to work at restaurants. I clean for a living on that. I've worked in stores where cleanliness is a part of it. I'm just saying that, fan blades, for whatever reason, I can count on on one hand how many times I've actually cleaned fan blades in my life. But needless to say, I digress. The bird made excellent work of the two ceiling fans in the living room and just flying around. And I tried, and I took a tote lid, and I'm trying to guide the bird out, and it's, just avoiding me and chirp. And about the time that I forget about it, it's it starts singing, whatever, or hollering for his people. And I was like, don't you call nobody up in here. Like that's enough, right? So anyway, he was there for 2 or 3 hours. It gets dark. I got both doors open. I'm hoping as it gets dark, with my lights on outside, he'll be able to see the way out, right? The problem with all of that thought process and the last few hours that he's been in there is that Kaya, every time he heads for the door, like he's locked in, right? Like there's the opening, I'm taking it, right? Every time he did that, Kaya would body block him, like jump and flail and try to eat him, so he would have to abort the dive run, you know. And he definitely can't get up top, so he's got to go down to get out, you know. And she wasn't letting him out. She was catching him at both doors, and I just could not, for the life of me, figure out how to get this bird out. Meanwhile, bird's doing what they're doing. He's a little bird, so I mean, how big a mess can he really make? But I did see a spot on my floor, and I was like, man, that is gonna, like, he can't live here, right? Like, you know, I mean, he just can't live here. So, and I didn't know what to do because I've got bolted sealants. He's up on the top of my racking. About the time that I, you know, scale my way up there with a ladder and whatnot, he's over to the next one and then pull the ladder. And it's impossible. And he's flying through the shelves and, oh my God, yeah, he was doing some acrobatic stuff, whatever you call that. You know, I could not get him. I could not get him for hours. And I figure I'm going to isolate him to limit his decisions, right? So I closed my bedroom and I closed the spare bedroom off. And now he's just flying around the living room and the kitchen. Can't catch him, can't catch him, can't catch him. And then at one point I went into the spare bedroom because my impulse sealer's there and I need to move it. I've realized that's another one of my inefficiencies that I'm probably spending a week, a year on because it's the same as the scale. But I'll talk about that maybe some other time. Anyways, when I go in there to use the impulse sealer, he flies in there with me, right? And he shows up into that room. I was like, no, you do not need to be in here. And so I'm trying to catch him. And then he goes into the bathroom. Like he flies into the bathroom of that room. And that's where I keep the impulse sealer because I don't use that bathroom at all. Matter of fact, I think it's going to turn into a photo booth and everything else. Maybe either that or storage for stuff that just doesn't sell since it's among the farthest away from where I work, so it would make sense that I store the least desirable merchandise there. That way I just don't have to go in there as often, right? However, anyway, he flies into the bathroom and I went, wait a minute. Right now I can't catch him. I'm trying to limit his options. So I went from trying to catch him in the bedroom. I started with a bag and that didn't work. He was smarter than the bag, right? And then I got a towel and he's getting tired, but he's still going, right? And anyway, I take the towel and when he flies in the bathroom, I was like, you know what? Yeah. So I ran in behind him and I shut the door. You know, now he's only got this, 10 by 10 space without many things to fly to or fly around or fly whatever. Like he's stuck like Chuck. And anyway, after about 10 minutes of battling him in there, and I am doing my absolute best not to hurt this bird while I try to catch him in this towel. I almost caught him in the shower. He was too smart for me. He kind of gave me the willies and I let him go. Anyway, we're battling out for about 10 minutes and then the bird spent, right? After 3.5 hours being at the house, right? He hits the ground, and I don't mean hits the ground, but like he lands on the ground, right? And he just kind of looks at me like, I don't know if y'all have ever been in this point in real life. I have, and I'm sure that there's a good portion of y'all that had. But it's like, do whatever, just kill me now. You know what I mean? Like literally, just kill me now. Like I'm done running. I'm out of steam. If you're gonna kill me, just do it. And that was the look that the bird gave me. And I know the bird's got little beady eyes and this big old little beak, but some things you can just see. He's just looking at me with his mouth open. He's panting like, and I know you can stress a bird out to the point of killing him, and I don't want to do that. But meanwhile, he can't be in the house either, and he'll die in the house regardless, because I ain't feeding him. So anyway, he's looking at me, and I drape the towel over him. I kind of throw it, and it hits him, and then I scoop him up, right, and I take him outside, and I set him down, and I pull the towel off, and he just looks at me like, really? I've been trying for 3.5 hours to get out here. You've been chasing me for 3.5 hours. And all you wanted to do was get me out here. Matter of fact, he was sitting there for so long, trying to catch his breath or whatever. And on the pronoun side of it, I don't know whether it's a boy or a girl, but whatever. Anyway, he's looking at me. So I come back out there. I said, "Are you okay? Did I hurt you?" And he's just looking at me. And I get real close and I go to pet him. And he's like, "Dude, that is too close." So he gets up and flies away, right? So, long story short, I finally got the bird out of the house. I got the fan blades cleaned. And, I don't know that I'm going to word it quite right. But the way that the bird ran around and had me chasing it just to do what it needed to do, it seems like there's a parable there somewhere about sometimes we fight so hard not to accept a little help. So sometimes we all need a little help. Short of that, guys, that's my story for the day. Y'all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow. And I don't know why the YouTube people do this whoosh stuff. I got to figure that out. So if y'all know, let me know. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and all of that stuff. Let's see if I can do the thing that everybody else does. And I don't even know why I'm doing it. Whoosh.